Hi everyone, we are in the Scholarium. We're going to start the Netch's story. Might be slightly rough today because I had a fight with OneDrive. It was doing a serious number on my mods. First letter to the Mages Guild, draft copy. To River Adrad, Second Secretary to Archmagister Emeritus Van Scholarian, from Irard Byrnel, Adept, regarding work at the Scholarium. Greetings to the Secretary and to the Archmagister. This is to inform you that our work within the Scholarium has begun, and we recognize that the task ahead will both be challenging and time-consuming. The libraries here, uncovered by Voterinalia and her heroic associate, may rival those of legendary Apocrypha itself for the ancient knowledge they contain. However, many of the tomes are in forgotten languages or written in magical script. A few are in secret code or even some combination of the three. As a result, a great deal of effort will be required before we fully identify and unlock their many secrets. Please consult the list, sent by separate courier, of more recent tomes and histories that we can use here to check against those found in the Scholarium. Such cross-checking is vital for us to determine both the truth of the oldest tales and see how these stories have evolved over time. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter. May Magnus watch over you. Irnard Brilno, Adept. So it turns out, alas, that OneDrive has been hijacking my minion, which is the mod manager for ESO, and my settings have been hijacked for probably 3 laptops ago. So I had to blow away my OneDrive and my entire mod list and start over without. Okay. And of course, I'm over modding now because I have to justify it's definitely better than it was before, even though it was fun before, and I'm really upset. But here we go. Red Mountain drinking song. It sleeps like a giant, our tower of stones. Red Mountain, all rumbles and moans. It tosses and turns, pray it won't wake. And then without warning, the ground starts to shake. As the world ends, the ground starts to shake. So, have to flask and say a prayer. Red Mountain's about to explode. Have a drink, but be aware, it's doom the mountain forebodes. Lift a glass and curse the day. Red Mountain's about to burst. Drink all your cares away. Who wants to die with a thirst? Die with a thirst. Knock back a fiery flint amid the smoke and ash. Drain the flask of whiskey, we'll be drunk in a flash. Let's guzzle Sojama amid the fire and fumes. Tip back the jar of liquor, let inebriation bloom. As the world ends, let inebriation bloom. So, have to flask and say a prayer. Red Mountain's about to explode. Have a drink, but be aware, it's doom the mountain forebodes. Lift a glass and curse the day. Red Mountain's about to burst. Drink all your cares away. Who wants to die with a thirst? Die with a thirst. Okay. So in theory, this mod list is better, more modern, and isn't relying on stuff that's 3 years old. I'm so mad. Okay. I don't promise that I am moving on because I stayed up all night. I'm probably going to complain some more. Anyway, if you're modding, get rid of OneDrive. Echo of introduction.
What in Ifre's name? Is that a squirrel? Hey there! I thought you could use some help tracking down the fable. It seems like this Netch has a very distinct sense of humor. I'm willing to play along for now if you are.
How should we play along?
The Netch is a trickster, but it's also proud of its wit. Getting the upper hand with someone like that is simple. Flatter them. Reminds me of a Covenant knight I once met who tried all night to get my attention. But that's a story for another day.
So you think we should flatter the Netch? How can we do that?
I think we do just as they did in the fable. Here, allow me.
Go right ahead.
Oh, great and glorious Netch! Your cleverness exceeds us. We beseech your aid in finding your true fable. Guide us to your netchy bosom. Make our lofty dreams come true. I think it worked. Quick, follow them!
Any quest with squirrels is a good quest. Hey, little guys. It's the running of the squirrels! It's much less dangerous than Pamplona. Can you imagine how bored you have to be before you're like, hey, I've got a bull, let's let it loose in the streets, get drunk, and run with it? I prefer video games.
Good heavens, I say! Aha! You found it! The true fable! Not as good as my version, of course.
Okay. Uncover what the squirrels are up to. Fable of the Netch, annotated. Okay, so I'm going to read the red parts, which are the annotations. This must be near the northeasterly town of Voss. There's a Daedric ruin on an island nearby devoted to Molag Bal, just southeast of the town. Start there first. Riparian Settlement, a city on the banks of the river southwest of Red Mountain, has to be Belmora. Going in a circle means we're back to the northeast. It's a Dwemer ruin, something that sounds like a sneeze. Nucha left. I bet anything Luklin found the door to the Netch's realm near the old wizard towers on the coast, Sadrith Mora. I'll have to look into it. Sigil of the Dragon analysis. I've heard that from the others, the challenges you face in constructing a riddle that met the dragon standards. Kudos to you, adventurer. Oh, I think these are visible because I've finished this on other characters, but I'm still going to read them. I can assure you your efforts are resulting in tidal shifts in the magical forces across Tamriel. The imbuement of the dragon's power has allowed me to find several new signature scripts during my wanderings in the Scalarium's back halls. Meanwhile, my contacts in the Mages Guild have noticed signature scripts appearing in caches, rewarded for defeating infamous powerful monsters across the land, as well as for participating in the Three Banners War in Cyrodiil. Even our oafish cohorts in the Fighters Guild apparently have seen signature scripts appearing in their rewards, though how they can make heads or tails of something so masterful and mystical design is beyond me. Somehow the dragon has also caused luminous ink to begin appearing in treasure chests across the world. Is this some kind of symbolic connection to the luminary's chosen shape? Or yet another riddle? Confounding. Finally, I should alert you that Archmagister Vanis Galarian himself has taken notice of your efforts. He has subsidized a number of scripts in various styles to be made available for research purposes in guild halls across the continent. Please see the handbill that's been passed around to our adepts for details. Most felicitous. Keep up the good work. The largesse of the Archmagister. 10 adepts, you have no doubt caught wind of the rumors about the rediscovered library from out of antiquity. They are true. While as yet this schemata is not ready for wholesale analysis by every member of the guild, Archmagister Vanis Galarian does wish to ensure those curious about these meta-magical theory sets have ample time to examine primary source materials. Ample time borrowed from my time. It took quite forever to procure enough texts for analysis. To that end, a series of 9 scripts are being made available, fully free of charge, at mages' guilds across Tamriel. These scripts were meticulously hand-copied and examined by Archmagister Vanis Galarian himself, and are in some cases judged to be better reference materials than the originals. Of all the nerve! I, Ferrandel, did the work to create these copies. I shall lodge a complaint. You can find these gifts from the Archmagister in the following guild halls: Volkelgard, Davon's Watch, Daggerfall, Wayrest, Eldenroot, Mournhold Riften, Evermore, Ralka. Go carefully as you explore this new and exciting mystical technique, but do so with enthusiasm. And the compliments of the Mages Guild leadership. Compliments my eye. The nerve. Okay, yeah, so some of these are progression items. I think we already bought everything he has to sell. Oh no, we didn't. Okay. These are new scripts. Crusader's Defiance adds removal of debilitating effects to a scribe skill. Oh, is that a cleanse? Ooh, I want a cleanse. Multi-target hit, protection, and defile. Okay, I am probably going to, well, definitely going to take a moment to rescribe my heal, because cleanse is very valuable. There are still bosses that give you uncleansable stuff, but okay, so we've got more options. I could do a stun, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with a stun, a dot, and off balance. No. Now, Ulfsild's contingency. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I've got a heal, a heal. So, yeah, not all the scripts show up in every potential thing. That's a shame. Okay, so heal, heal, and minor protection. So you can revise these spells often. So as you see, there are more options for the Alliance War Assault. I'm not seeing the cleanse. Let me see if it's in Possible and Wield Soul. But it may really only be in the Restore staff ability. But yes, these spells are becoming more and more valuable as I get more and more abilities. Stun. Lingering Torment. So this spell will stun, do damage, and increase my crit, which is pretty good. So the last time I played, they didn't have as many of these scripts. So a lot of these are new. I'm going to see what Mender's Bond. I'm still not seeing the cleanse. Grants immunity. Okay, yeah. immunity to disabling effects. That's pretty good. Healing and protection. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so spell scribing is increasingly replacing my abilities. So yeah, wait a minute. This would need to go on the back bar. And I need to remember that it's possible as a cleanse. So I do actually have here this is spell scribe, this is spell scribe, this is spell scribe. Oh wait, this is spell scribe. And I'm actually going to check to see if my soul magic spell, Dazing Soul, yeah, I'm going to add that. I'm going to add that as damage. Okay, so we are, it's incredibly valuable to have 3 effects. It's overcoming abilities in my own class. Okay. So I have the Pragmatic Fate Carver, which is the beam, and then the Curative Surge is another beam, but it's healing and Magicka Restoration. On the back bar, I have a Soldier of Apocrypha skill. So front and back bar. Front bar, I have a Herald of the Tome, Curative Rune Forms. Now, my Herald of the Tome is fully maxed. I don't actually need to raise it anymore, but it is my main class, and it is the most useful of them. It's maxed out, and one of the most valuable is the Tide King's Gaze, which is a very powerful ultimate. Also, I have all of these passives, and the Fate Carver is powerful because it does damage, and it also gives me a damage shield, so that's significant. Soldier of Apocrypha I'm still raising up, so that's got something on the back bar. And then Restoration Staff, I've got something raising up. Destruction Staff, I need to put something on the back bar. So you see how this works. The things that are less powerful I'm putting in the back, and I'm also working on this ultimate to raise it up. Since it's done, I'm going to get rid of that and add this one. So yeah, on the back bar are all things that are just passively gaining experience. So we have Destruction Staff, oh, which has to go on the front bar somewhere, huh? You know what? I'm going to replace Fate Carver temporarily, just so that I can raise... Oh, my Destruction Staff is maxed out, too. But I still need to level the abilities themselves. Okay, that's good. So it gets a little complicated, but once you get the hang of it, you just need to check. And I'm also working on a Fighters Guild ability. Oh, no, that's as high as it's going to go until I raise the Fighters Guild to 4. Same with Mages Guild. But I have Alliance War. And Undaunted. So Undaunted is the Blood Altar. And I just need to remember that on my back bar I have an actual cleanse, which can be very helpful. Usually it's not helpful where you have major bosses, because most of what they do can't be cleansed.
Any luck finding the real Fable?
I did. Any insight on these locations in the Fable?
Let me look. Here, this part about the river settlement. I bet anything that's Bulmera. Lovely place. There's a big river running through the middle of town. Sounds like it was even bigger back when the Fable was written.
On the development of Banner Bearer. 2. Grivier Adrad, Second Secretary to Archmagister Emeritus Vanis Galarian, from Bernard Vernil, Adept, regarding development of the Banner Bearer Grimoire. As outlined in my previous correspondence, I included in this week's dispatch a rigorous discussion of the first new grimoire developed since the discovery of the Scalarian. Under the able stewardship of Voterinalia, scholars have been flocking to this ancient library to learn the secrets of scribing and the metamagical theorems that underpin Ulfsild's work. I'm overjoyed to say that the first arcane experimentation into these theories has borne incredible fruit. The scholar in question is a veteran of the Three Banners Warfront in Cyrodiil, one battle mage Verish, used to the onslaught of attacks and overwhelming odds faced by soldiers in a keep scrum. Their addition to the canon of scribing is a defensive mystic aura, channeled through a mystical summonable banner entitled, of course, Banner Bearer. This grimoire is an adept application of Ulfsild's techniques. Nalia tells me that with this breakthrough, she hopes to see other novel applications make the way out of the inner sanctums of the mages across the continent. That, of course, remains to be seen. But until then, I catalogued a detailed breakdown of how this advancement was achieved. We start, as we do with all assessments of these spell schema, with the question, what is a spell? Okay, now I'm going to go check Banner Bearer, which is probably the assault spell line. Often it's stamina, though. Now, I've unlocked a lot of these because I've done a bunch of PvP. Yeah, see, it's Magicka and Stamina, which is not a good... It's not a good fit for me, not enough to take up another slot. Okay. So the more scripts you collect, the more options you have, and eventually it can be incredibly useful. The only real drawback is that you can end up neglecting your other skills, but that's also kind of okay. If the skills you're using are amazing. Julian Cattell.
Something keeps tugging on my robes, like a child playing a game. But no one's there. It's the Netch, isn't it? This blob of yours is testing my patience.
Do you have any insight on the locations or notes in this table?
Let me see. This bit at the end that mentions Azura's coast. I bet it's referring to Sadrith Mora and Tel Galen. Just plot a course between those two towers, and I bet you'll find the door. That's what you're looking for, right?
It's always interesting to go to the ESO version of Vardenfell after playing Morrowind.
Well, more tricks? Or did you find the real fable of the Netch?
Can you give me any clues on locations in the fable?
The real fable? Of course. I remember it well. Let's see. There was mention of the Zainab, yes? The ruins you seek are called Netchuleft. Be sure not to fall like the Ashlander in the story. The Netch may not see fit to catch you.
Well, Balmora is your well, Seydanine is your starter city, and then Balmora is a quest hub.
There are so many awe-inspiring creatures whose shape this luminary might have taken. Indrik, dragon, griffin, and yet it's a Netch. It's rather silly, but perhaps that's the entire point.
Any clues you can give to help me with this fable?
Let's see... right at the top here. The Daedric Ruins. I don't know the name, but they're on an island southeast of Voss. If only the place was still full of chickens like the fable says.
Okay. Okay, I think we're done here. We need to go to Vardenfell. Sometime the map is not helpful. Okay, I believe there is a bank over here. I think I still have one of the Way Shrine scrolls. A couple of them, maybe.
I could give you a song.
Alright, Way Shrine navigation chart. That should open some slots here. Okay, that's good. Okay, this Yeah, that got us much closer. All right.
Another find for your deep pockets. I am with you, Tommy. You glow with Serendar's light, my friend.
So he says Surrendar, and I believe that's Stendar. He says Azura with an extra H. Divines have different names for the fish. Well, and also Khajiit of 1,000 years ago. Okay, so as you see, it keeps sending me back to this focal point because it's interrupted as I'm looking. The focal point will still be there. And yet, I can't find it. There we go. Very thoughtfully, it led me to a sky shard. So part of the issue of hitting level 50 is there won't be any more skill points given for leveling up. All experience then will go toward champion points, of which I have plenty. So it becomes a little bit rougher going, and it becomes important to collect sky shards. That and quests will be the main source of potential skill points.
You're trapped. Move! Show me Joan's mercy. Expertly done, Tamid. Show me your claws! A potent find, Tamid.
Okay, where is the damn road? Ha! Stone of Esutonimus. I have no idea what that is. Blue flames swirl within the polished black stone, but it remains cold to the touch. The right person might show great interest in this. Okay, so sometimes there are collectibles, and they also add museums, which they had in the original game. They had a museum in Mournhold in Morrowind that would collect artifacts. So they've put that back in to a certain extent. You can fill in museums for achievements and rewards and a place to go and see your stuff. Okay. All right, the other one's in Balmora.
Fewer people staring at me than I anticipated. What a strange time you live in.
I can't believe they want us to go outside the house to find Vea.
Spare a coin. Looks like the last location is in a delve. I have to be careful while galloping all over this island because I'll end up straight in lava. Well, inch left is a place that you can go in Morrowind. Although the dwarven ruins in this case are usually like 3 rooms. Maybe 5. Yep. They've made it pretty much match. I'm not sure if this one has the trial of pattern or not.
There tend to be lots of people in Dwarven Ruins because there's a lot of furnishing plans in here in the side loop. So you can run around in here, loot everything, run out. It'll respawn if you zone out and zone back in. Okay, I might as well grab the shard and the boss while I'm in here. So yeah, the later content, and spell scribing is the later content, will not, in general, have its own dedicated areas, although the Scalarium does. It might just send you all over the world to old zones. Which, you know, makes sense. Lots and lots of werewolves around these days. They just massively buffed their damage, so everybody's running around with their werewolf. It looks like now they have 2 wolf companions with them, so if you go play PvP, it's gonna be nothing but werewolves all day long. Okay, okay, I'm gonna just drop down, hopefully without dying. Hopefully without losing Zareth. Yeah, I may have lost Zareth in the mix somewhere.
Like twin moves.
Okay, good job.
George, it is done.
Hey, Zareth leveled up. That's nice. Take the Netch key fragment. Right, we came in for that. Good job. Alright, let's see if I can safely get to that shard. In some places the shards are really puzzles. Alright, I'm going to try to see if I can get to the boss in here, but it's a multi-level dungeon. And I went to the place where I thought they would most likely be. We'll try it again. So they should spawn either here, and I don't see a pile of bodies if they were being farmed. Looks like there might be a third level up that I haven't been to, that the boss might be there, so we'll try that. Very dangerous to roll backward on a walkway that's over lava. Narrow walkway over lava. Okay. This might be the boss or a boss. I don't know. It looks just like the other one we killed.
Silence at last.
Right. It doesn't appear that we've managed to find the boss. I'll loop back around to the second level and then we will have given it our best try. Unfortunately, it means my marker will think that I killed them when I didn't. Okay. Let's see if I can jump down over here. Woohoo! Okay, I just don't see them. I think that's about it. So, going to travel to the wing of the Netch, back to the Scholarium. Yeah, see, some of this might be multi-level. It's hard to know. Ah, purple torch bug. The Atmoran Cult Writings by archivist Oriane Pamer. The echoes of Nirn's history reverberates deeply, harking back to bygone knowledge and secret traditions that have long since passed out of living memory. But while the men in Mur who first sounded that call are gone, Their echoes may help us shape some sense of their culture and beliefs. One such enigma is the religious belief and objects of worship of the ancient Atmorans. Some of this knowledge has been preserved through historical documentation of the dragon cult, but accounts have recently been unearthed that suggest the existence of more esoteric groups. These records are fragmentary, to say the least, written in an archaic runic alphabet. A great deal of effort has been made to translate these slivers of writing into something comprehensible, but even with many brilliant minds on the issue, scholars cannot agree if the transcriptions are about literal creatures and practices or instead represent religious allegories. The following passages have been gathered here for ease of reference. My colleagues and I collectively refer to them as the Atmoran cult writings. The cult of Mother Moth. Wrapped in soft night, she sings to us. One flap of her great wings dusts the landscape in silver-powdered sleep. She bids us live well by day, but savor the shadows. For what would light be if there were no darkness to compare it to? Mother Moth sees all. Her many-faceted eyes hold all of Atmora within them. Thus is she able to see the faithful and the unfaithful. Only we few know her secrets, have heard her song, and pay her homage. Our glorious furred mother exudes patience, excellence, softness, and love. Her body is greater than the night sky. Her many legs taller than the trees, and her hunger is fathomless. This is why we must honor her nightly with burnings and bonfires. All moths crave the light, as do we, her faithful children. Her mysteries unveil themselves to us in flickering of flames, twinklings of stars, the light in the dark. We can never hope to curb her hunger, so measly are our offerings. So instead we must take on her desire as our own. We join the light with joy. Our pyres grow brighter, burn hotter. As the flames lick across our skin, we feel no pain, just the gentle nuzzling of Mother Moth's tongue as we burn for her, lighting the darkness. The people of the serpent, speak not of the serpent with those who have not lasted. Speak not of the serpent for those who have not tasted the briny depths themselves. Speak not of the serpent with those whose feet have never felt the land. Speak not of the serpent unless you wish to meet its maw with courage and glory. Speak not of the serpent. Praise not the serpent unless you have hummed a ship through its scaly undulations. Praise not the serpent unless you have heard its roar above the crashing sea. Praise not the serpent until it has spared you from a watery grave. Praise not the serpent. Seek not the serpent until you've sailed for many seasons in many waters. Seek not the serpent until your body grows heavy with age. Seek not the serpent until you have no other voyages left. Seek not the serpent. The serpent seeks you. Embrace its wild, salt-brine fins, its vast body of sinew and scales, its teeth of sharp-edged bone. As your body will one day fill the serpent, so too will you be filled in turn. The Goat Cult. The Frostwood is not so barren as the village wants to believe. I have seen things there, bigger than game, bigger than bears. There are monsters in that wood. They demand sacrifice. I have brought many gifts to the goat that walks upright. He is feasted by my side, blood dripping down his wiry beard as his strange, horizontal pupils narrow and his claws plunge into my offerings of meat and fish. I have brought others to the goat that walks upright. Some screamed and tried to run. Poor fools. The goat that walks upright is always faster than they are, his cloven hooves and muscled legs covering the ground far faster than they ever could. That is his beauty, his mystery. A few others have seen his glory, their faces transformed from terror to wonder to awe. Together we will bring more offerings, more followers to our great God. The goat that walks upright must be fed, must be honored. These are his woods. We live by his will alone. Oh, okay. Netch's door. Now I am confused. Okay. Travel to the wing of the Netch. It isn't the wing that's back in... yeah. Just like the Indrik's wing in the other location, you can open a spot to it. And then get to it from the Scalarium. What? Ah, okay. Okay, Netch, baby. Press any door. Not that one.
Welcome to my little grotto. Drink it in. You've found the Netch. I hope I live up to expectations. Behold, my beauty, my splendor. A gift to you, not Ulfsild. You have worked hard to find me. I know why, of course. I always know why. Confirm for me, please. Ulfsild is gone, yes?
Yes, Ulfsild is gone. I'm following in her footsteps to learn the art of scribing.
She said that might happen. I hoped she was mistaken. She often was. Well, no Ulfsild, no problem, not Ulfsild. You have a naturally buoyant spirit, I can tell. This will be an effervescent experience. Let us begin.
All right, where do we start?
Let's open the door to my domain and let some of my beauty, my majesty, into the Scalarium. Place the fable on the dais. Yes, the original fable. Not the new and enhanced version I wrote. That one won't work, unfortunately.
I'll place the fable. Pretty.
You have such a remarkable way of setting books down. Very deliberate. I'm supposed to test you. But tests are weighty, not good for floating. I prefer games. Easier to win and just as easy to prove how clever you are. Oh, listen to me, droning on like the dragon. Anyway, I have some games for us to play.
What kind of games do you have in mind?
The kind of games that make people feel lighter. Games that show how buoyant life can be. There are many who need the help of my benevolent and loving tendrils.
What kind of help do you have in mind?
Oh, anything to take the weight off the shoulders. Health, or happiness, or even money. Ulfsild tried to explain money to me. It sounded depressing, but apparently people quite like it. I have a list of helpful games for you to play.
Where can I find the list?
You must traverse the land in search of 7 orbs. Only with orbs in hand, when the warrior is high in the night sky, can you wish... I kid. They're right here. Only complete those that make you feel the most buoyant. I'll handle the rest.
I'll read your list then.
Let us see what you make of my little games. The best games are ones that others don't know they're playing. Makes for much more bubbly responses when they discover the joyful tricks we played on them.
I have a few questions.
Oh, of course you do, not Ulfsild. How can you be more buoyant? Why do you have no tendrils when I was blessed with so many? Why bother with the other luminaries when I am right here? I cannot answer all of life's mysteries for you, but I will try.
You've mentioned Ulfsild several times. What did she mean to you?
Ah, there was a truly boundless soul. Ulfsild was a most bubbly companion, joyous, ebullient, witty. She was clever and taught me many things. Very Netchy. I wonder if she had some Netch ancestry.
What do you remember about her?
Oh, many things. She had a distinct lack of tendrils. It was very memorable. Her familiar, the crow, was almost as memorable. And she had that, what's the word? The bearded creature she was fond of. Shala something? Shala boring, maybe?
Are you talking about her husband? Shalador?
How should I know? I only met him once, and he was not buoyant at all. Ulfsild spent much of her time here, free of him. I always thought she floated much higher on her own. She would have made a great Netch.
What does the art of scribing mean to you?
Scribing is buoyancy of the mind, floating in your soul, lift within your very skills and spells. I find the idea of everyone doing something all the same way not just boring, but dreadfully tragic.
That's why you helped Ulfsild to perfect the art?
You have your tendrils twisted on that. Ulfsild was the one who taught me. Though I shared my views and opinions with her, as I am happy to do with you, but we luminaries learned as much from the Archmage as she learned from us.
Can we talk about the luminaries?
Generally, far too dull for my tastes. Somber. Heavy. But I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Offering knowledge keeps me buoyant.
What do you think of the Indrik?
So serious. So old. So focused. Too focused for me. I prefer to let the winds carry me where they will. The Indrik wishes we made sense, but we don't. So why let your tendrils get tangled up about it?
What do you make of the dragon?
My perfect form does not have eyes, not Ulfsild. But I want you to imagine I have them. Now imagine I am rolling them. She thinks herself oh so clever, but ignores even simple truths when they are right in front of her snout.
What do you think about the griffin?
A heavy soul, but I think he means well. Over the years, he's lost sight of what he truly wants. You might say his vision of justice is somewhat frozen, a bit iced over. Oh, right. You don't get that joke yet. That will be funny later.
I have a few other questions.
Oh, of course you do, not Ulfsild. How can you be more buoyant? Why do you have no tendrils when I was blessed with so many? Why bother with the other luminaries when I am right here? I cannot answer all of life's mysteries for you, but I will try.
Can you tell me about yourself?
Picture it. A wizened scholar traces arcane runes across a detailed summoning. I'm kidding. My birth was an accident of magic and deeply boring. It is why I try to stay so joyous and floaty. Existence is what you make of it, not Ulfsild.
Why did you choose the form of a Netch?
Is it not obvious? I mean, look at me. I am exceedingly buoyant, perfectly voluptuous. Oh, I see. You too hope to one day have a perfect form. Well, continue your studies, not Ulfsild. Someday you might ascend your imperfect vessel.
Tinker's Game. A tinkerer will lose their trade if the next invention is not successful. Collect rare materials for them by defeating powerful enemies in the Forgotten Wastes in Netch. A Game of Honor. Yeah, that's an easy name for me, because that's in Morrowind also. A Game of Honor. Battle rages in the Imperial City. Soldiers who lost their lives have not been paid the proper respects. Defeat Daedra in the city and collect those tokens of the fallen. A Game of Goods. A traveling group of merchants were robbed of their belongings. Recover them from Vassar Didanot mines. That's also in Morrowind. That's an ebony mine. A game of Ash. Daedra can be found making lives miserable across Vardenfell. Send them back to their realms, so goodly folk can sleep at night. The Fisher's Game. An infection threatens a family of skilled artists. Eating fish freshly caught from the waters around Vardenfell will provide the cure. Catch fish for a healing feast. The Mirror Game. Westweald is under attack. Defend the farmers of the region from anything that comes out of the mirrored incursion portals there. Okay. Okay. So I will... We will get to that later. Okay. Okay, this is sees all colors in Schornheim, which is in Rivenspire. Don't have a home right there. I can port to the zone. Okay.
We've been members of the Fighters Guild forever. In fact, that's how my wife and I met. When we retired from all the fighting, it just made sense to go into business selling what we know. And we do know our weapons.
I am looking to see if there are any spell scripts for scribing, but I don't see any.
I see the messenger found you, comrade. We've discovered much since our adventure in Mizenelt. The events of the past continue to stalk us.
What do you mean?
The visions, my friend. The Aelids fled from the forces of Molag Bal and hid away the remains of a powerful relic. Merrick has taken the crystal and the tome to an ancient forge. There, he's begun the work of crafting the weapon anew.
So we're going to join him?
In time, comrade. First, you and I must travel afield, to the ruined city Abagarlas. It was there the Aelids went, to stop the Mortum Vivicus. Together we will understand the threat to the present in the events of the past.
I'm ready to go if you are.
Comrade, you were the first person I thought of when it came time to explore a musty ruin. That is meant as a compliment.
So Abagarlas is the city of the worshippers of Molag Bal that was wiped out by the worshippers of Meridia.
Welcome to the ruins of Abagarlas, comrade. Ancient home to a foul den of necromancers and Molag Bal worshippers.
What's the plan?
We are here to relive the past. In Mizenelt, we saw a squad of soldiers on the run for their lives. Here, at Abagarlas, that same group was calm and in control. Together we can see what they saw, and discover what they knew about the Mortum Vivicus.
How can we do that?
After Mizenelt, I researched a way to take control of the visions we saw. Osterand was the ancient soldier charged with bearing the prismatic weapon into battle. It is through his eyes you will see. And, in turn, I will see through your eyes.
What do you hope to learn here, Colors?
The ancients stood against the Vivicus and survived. Now, Molag Bal makes ready to unleash the same relic against Tamriel again. It is my hope the courage of the long dead will save the living of today.
Then we better get started.
Hold still just a moment, comrade.
It's up to you, Osterand. You bear the prismatic weapon, and the hopes of everyone in Delodil. Lenath and Kurano will hold the door from this side. Velasha and I from the other. May the sunburst guide your sword arm, my friend.
I believe that was the stun clicking in. Nice.
My son, you must ensure I am not disturbed. Maintaining the final phase of the Mortum Vivicus requires all of my concentration.
Yep, that's the stun effect. Nice. See, sometimes they fall down or they hold their heads like they've got a headache. Is very helpful.
Expertly done, Tamid.
The Unholy Temple. King is furious. Construction of our magnificent temple was completed several months ago. At that time, we dispatched an emissary to the city of Delodil. The invitation to view our seat of power was extended with an open hand, a chance for the heretics to make a pilgrimage and at last bow to the master. Today the response arrived from the so-called King of Delodil, condescendingly dismissing our invitation. He called our temple pitiful and mocked our craftsmen and our master. This cannot be borne. Father has entered the heart of the temple, and even from here I can hear his rage as he shouts to the master for aid to wipe his humiliation away. Father is furious, but I am filled with joy. This affront must end in war. This insult must end in death. So much death.
By the mace of the master!
cannot stop the Mortoon Vivicus. Oh no! Master, please! Spare me!
Journal of Bernamoth the Great, whose body lies here. Okay. And so begins the adventure of Bernamoth the Great. As soon-to-be renowned explorer, this tome will officially begin my body of work, scholarship that I am certain will be studied for centuries to come. Beginning with this tome, I will uncover the secrets of long-forgotten cities. I will discover the ancient mysteries that have lain undisturbed by mortals for long years. In short, I will go where others fear to tread and find things that others are unworthy to find. My journey begins here, in the ancient city of Abagarlas. Lost to time, I discovered this ruined city after extensive research in my father's library. I alone have the courage to explore this dark city. I will begin by descending this dark stairway before me. Although the way is dimly lit and dust fills the air, I am confident the ancient Iliad architecture is sound. Onward to greatness, and yeah. That's his body, with his legs crushed underneath a pillar. Exegesis of Meridnunda. By Phrastus of Elenir. Yes, I'm right. I was right. The ESO has played up the Phrastus versus Lady Cinnabar rivalry, so there are books constantly arguing with each other. Truly, the tract of Meridnunda, who is Meridia, is one of the strangest and least understood works of mytho-history that has come down to us from the early First Era. It exists only in partial manuscript form, a single copy of which resides in the library of the Arcane University at the Imperial City, or at least it did. Though since the Mages Guild was blamed for the disappearance of the Emperor Varin and driven out of Cyrodiil, I don't know what has become of their once admirable library. Fortunately, I was granted an opportunity to study the noted tract in detail while the Guild was still in possession of it, and make a personal copy for myself so I could continue to unravel its mysteries once I'd returned to Elenir. The problem of understanding the tract of Meridnunda is twofold. First, the extant document is clearly part of a larger work, drawn from seemingly somewhere in the middle, and without the preceding and following portions of the work, we have little context for the part that remains. Second, the tract is written in a peculiar argot that employs Iliad phrases in a late Nedic syntax, including many words of unknown origin that don't appear in any other source. However, working outward from fragments previously translated by Winegris Monhana and Herminia Cinna, I believe I can shed some new light on certain key passages in this mysterious manuscript. Our format shall be to provide the translation of each passage, followed by my interpretation of its meaning. Were known as the 9 coruscations, which followed the parabolas that led away from Magnus. Meridnunda was of these sisters, as was Memnoli, as was Zerolig, as was... This appears to identify the Daedric prince Meridia with so-called star orphans, those auric unentities that separated from Magnus when that divine withdrew from the creation of the Orbis. The best known of these star orphans is probably Memnoli, the blue star, who is associated with untime events, and was said to be visible even in the daytime sky in the time of the Dragon's Break. Thus we call upon Senendlin to bind the earth as we speak to Meridnunda regarding the light, for she is the scintilla that fears not darkness and swims the waves of pull and spin. For the Iliads, of course, light was one of the 4 elements of creation, and this passage seems to confirm that Meridia was the personification of light to the wild elves. Though I am certain of this passage's translation, I confess the meaning of the final phrases eludes me. The next passage was quite difficult, but its translation adds an entirely new episode to our accounts of the Dawn Era. The Lord of the Chaos Realms chided Meridnunda for her trespass and bade her return to Orbis, claiming all existing spheres as their own. But Meridnunda formed of her substance a great draglens, and the light of Magnus was bent thereby. The rays, carved, focused, A new sphere from the chaos which Meridnunda, laughing, sparkling, did claim for her own, which is the beacon from Skyrim. This appears to recount the origin of the colored rooms, as Meridia's Oblivion realm is known, seemingly formed directly out of the stuff of chaos by an act of divine will. And finally, thus does Meridnunda ride, slide, across the rainbow road from end to end, at one end stretching the dragon, at the other end compressing him. A curious passage indeed. The dragon, of course, traditionally refers to the divine we know as Akatosh, the god of time. This seems to suggest that by traveling the rainbow road, a reference to the prismatic refraction of light, Meridia can in some sense alter the rate at which time flows forward. Altering the speed of time. Is this merely an absurd conceit of late alien sorcerer priests, or a genuine insight into the nature of one of the least understood Daedric princes? Who can say? Not me. Oh.
That was Prince Malian, scion of evil King Anumeril. He must have been left behind to defend the Vivicus.
And as he died, he said, "No, my lord, no." He was praying, so maybe Molag Bal killed him. And I'm not going to speculate as to the reason. I don't think Molag Bal needs a reason to kill anybody. It's just fun. The Daedric Prince, in whom I would say the best strategy in dealing with him is to not attract his attention in any way whatsoever.
To arms, Tamid!
By the light, that must be the Mortoon Vivicus.
No! My sacred charm! Your
Stun
life
is,
for the master. Destroy!
Something.
My death means nothing. The master will still destroy. Wait! What? No, my lord! I served you faithfully!
Okay, so yeah, even if this hero does not kill them, Molag Bal destroys them for failing. Level 48, we are getting up there.
Well, you accomplished nothing. I removed the Vivicus to Cold Harbor. This doom will come again to Camriel.
Comrade, over here! This is terrible, my friend. Osterond was on the verge of destroying the Vivicus, and nothing.
What do you mean?
The rapids have grown swift, and we did not even notice. Let me explain. Do you remember the notes you took from Dosha's lair? The ones that spoke of the Vivicus?
Yes, why?
I had assumed that this relic she spoke of was a legend. Even when I heard the words of Osterond, Endera, and their companions, I thought this was a threat from a time long forgotten. But, comrade, we just saw it. The Vivicus was never destroyed.
What does this mean?
You saved Merrick from a worm cult plot to harvest souls, remember? Those souls are fuel for the Vivicus. the intact Mortum Vivicus that Molag Bal has kept hidden all this time, safely tucked away in Cold Harbor.
What do we do?
You must go to the Forge. Help Merrick Adeswalo restore the prismatic weapon to its full potential. I will do what I can to find where he has hidden the Vivicus. Comrade, I put my faith in you. You must tell the others. Warn them. Can I count on you?
You can count on me, Guildmaster.
I would entrust this task to no one else, comrade. You go with the weight of the Guild on your shoulders.
That orb of light was the Mortum Vivicus?
Just so, my friend. I believe it to be some kind of relic. A massive spell capable of holding and harnessing the souls of thousands upon thousands of dead. If it had been released, if it is released, the world as we know it will end.
Whose memories did I relive?
You saw through the eyes of Osterrand, one of the valiant ancients that fought and died in Mazenalt to safeguard our future. According to what we saw, it was he who slew Queen Palolel and stopped the use of the Mortum Vivicus.
How was your research trip with the Guildmaster, comrade?
Eventful, Merrick. I have much to tell you.
Truly. What happened? Were the ruins infested with undead? Stendar's wrath would have served you in good stead.
Colors and I saw into the past. We saw one of the aliens try to destroy the Mortum Vivicus.
Comrade, did you say try? The Vivicus is not some long-destroyed legend?
Molag Bal withdrew the Vivicus to Cold Harbor before it could be destroyed.
Then, when Dosha took me prisoner, she was to harvest my soul for this abomination? By all the eight! We should be moving. Aleph will await us here. Keep watch for any unfriendly faces. Come, follow me, and try to keep up.
A Mortum Vivicus, if that's Latin, isn't that living death? Or close to it?
I helped to find this place years ago, Stendar's will. Comrade, this news is disquieting. I'm glad you're here with us. I've made preparations to work the prismatic crystal, to reforge the weapon from the time of the ancients. In truth, I thought this weapon would just be a powerful symbol. It seems we have great need of this important relic. Welcome to the Earth Forge. Quite a sight, is it not?
Yeah, this looks a lot like the Ethereum Forge in Skyrim.
Comrade, we must restore this weapon of old. Make ready for any new plots by the Prince of Lies. I feel the strength of Stendar flowing through my arms. Are you prepared?
I'm ready. What do we do?
I shall work the anvil. Form the core. You will keep the fire at the proper temperature. Many and many times must the fire be stoked to keep an even flame and flow.
How do I maintain the fire?
Use the bellows here to stoke the flame just a bit. Use the valve to my other side to stoke it yet more. And for a truly fearsome blaze, pour fire salts on the coals.
What if I get the fire too hot?
The lever just next to the valve releases pressure from the forge. But do not worry. I'm certain you'll do fine. Are you ready to begin? This equipment is very old and very delicate. Stendar willing, we must try to get it right the first time. Here are the fire salts. Let's begin. Build me a small fire first, and I shall tell you when you are close. Let the fire loose now. Give it all you can.
Or maybe I shouldn't stand on the coals.
Ha! Feel that heat? Just a moment and I'll prepare the core. Now I'll need a larger fire, comrade. Double the heat of the last one. Give it more. Get the flames large enough to make Lecky blush. Let the fire loose now. Give it all you can. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. Ease up now. The fire is very close. It is too hot, comrade. Cool it down with the lever. Release the pressure. It's hotter than a dragon's innards. Let's cool it down some. That's the fire I'm looking for. Stand back. I shall prepare the core. Now we need an even hotter fire. The largest yet. Twice the size of the last one. You're on the right track, but we need more. Much more. Don't be shy now. This fire's barely smoldering. More! More! Keep it coming. The heat's rising, but we're not there yet. Give it all you've got. I need all the heat you can get. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. That's done it. Just a moment and I'll work on the core. We've done it. Very well done, comrade. Excellent work, oh my comrade. Together there is nothing we cannot do.
Is it done? Have we forged the core?
We are well on our way, I can feel it.
That's not good.
We'll have to tinker with it to see what... Stendar's grace, what's that noise?
Fools! Do you truly think you could hide that trinket from the god of schemes? Abagarlas serve me even in death. My devoted, kill them. Kill them and bring me the crystal.
That's a mighty weird jump, little skellies. Dragon jump like that. Awkward but effective.
That's blasphemy. Must not be allowed to be reforged. Bring that crystal to Cold Harbor.
For the Lord of Brutality.
I will watch over you.
Remember this day, mewing wretches. My followers serve me, even in death.
Stendar shield us. The Earth Forge overrun with undead.
Merrick, he knows we have the crystal.
That was Molag Bal himself. Did you hear his voice? Made my blood run cold. That such an evil thing could be right here, in our midst.
How do you think they found us?
I do not know. Perhaps he somehow can track the core itself? If the Prince of Lies is planning to use the Vivicus once again, the prismatic weapon is a threat to his plots.
Is the core finished?
No, not just yet. We came so close. Don't worry, though. I can complete the final steps on my own. This weapon will yet see the light of day, mark my words. The Mortum Vivicus will yet be destroyed.
Does this mean the Forge is in danger?
You have the right of it. I'll speak with the Provost Generals and post some guards. If undead can come boiling up out of the mountain at any time, there's no telling what might happen here.
Let's get out of here.
Yes, we should be going. We must find Seize All Colors and inform her what has happened here. Lead on, comrade. By Stendar! Are you all right, Aleph?
What happened in there? How did these worms find the forge?
We were finishing up when they appeared. They were after the crystal and tome. How did they know? How did they know about this place?
Aleph does not know. Merrick, this whole thing is madness. She has us hunting Daedra, and now they come calling on our doorstep.
Aleph, behind you!
Aleph, Merrick, I do not rest easily.
Dark Moons, Guildmaster Iceblade, what's happening?
I was murdered, comrades. Seek my killer. Let me find peace.
Wait! Who killed you?
Interesting. Very interesting. Aleph has her suspicions.
This is unbelievable. Stendar's horn. We all thought the Guildmaster died in his sleep.
Let's report it to Seize All Colors.
I'm sorry, comrade. I knew Yofnir a long time. You're right. We need to report in. So much has happened.
Lead on, my friend.
I think I'll let Aleph lead the way this time. Come.
Were you successful? Have you forged the weapon? We have more need of it now than ever, my friend, as you well saw.
We began to forge the weapon, but much has happened.
What has happened, comrade? I do not like the look on your face, or the scowl Merrick bears.
The Earth Forge was attacked by the dead of Abagarlas. Molag Bal taunted us during the assault.
The god of schemes himself has taken notice of our quest. We're all in murky water now, comrade, and the current grows swift.
There's more. After the attack, Jofnir appeared to us and told us he'd been murdered.
What? Jofnir? Murdered? This is dire news, comrade. The Council must be told straight away. There will have to be an investigation. Thank you for standing beside us on this of all dark days.
Not a problem. What now, Guildmaster?
Merrick, Aleph, and I will confer with the Council of Provost Generals. We'll want to talk about the attack, and this revelation about Guildmaster Iceblade. We'll contact you again when there's more to discuss. Until then, comrade.
Okay. So in the middle of that, I saw that my Fighters Guild leveled up. So now I can unlock Circle of Protection. Okay. Okay, so, vitalizing glyphic. Summon an apocryphal glyphic, which you and your allies can heal. Glyphic spawns at 30% health and grows stronger the more you heal it. So I can morph it into, it spawns at a higher health and grants additional damage, or dealing damage to the glyphic powers it up instead of healing it, but requires you to be in combat to activate. Since it's a healing ability, I'm going to stick with heal. Okay, looking good. Got a few extra points, gonna put him into passives. So, extra magicka and increased spell resistance and magicka recovery. Okay. Next guild, go back to Glenumbra and see if the Mages Guild there... Well, actually, I'm gonna do Wayrest. Where is Wayrest? Is it Stormhaven? Hey, good guess. Okay. There's like Shornhelm, Stormhaven, Stonefalls. I get confused. They're all S-words. Alright, I'm gonna try to go to the Mages Guild. Which is here, and see if I can pick up the next step.
What do you want?
We're lucky to have you, Adept. I'm no battle mage. I'm much more comfortable in the stacks than in the field.
Alright, I don't see any quests here. The Year 2920, Volume 5. Oh, okay, this is actually a very long book. 3... Oh, they shortened it. Okay. 2920, The Last Year of the First Era by Carlovac Townaway. 16 Suns Dawn, 2920. Senshal and Equina, Modern Day and Elsewhere. So in Morrowind, this is a series of skill books. I think there's 9 of them, 10 of them. What troubles you? Asked Queen Hassama, noticing her husband's sour mood. At the end of most lovers' days, he was in an excellent mood, dancing in the ballroom with all the guests, but tonight he retired early. When she found him, he was curled in the bed, frowning. That blasted bard's tale about Polydor and Eloisa put me in a rotten state, he growled. Why did he have to be so depressing? But isn't that the truth of the tale, my dear? Weren't they doomed because of the cruel nature of the world? It doesn't matter what the truth is. He did a rotten job of telling a rotten tale, and I'm not going to let him do it any more. King Drizel sprang from the bed. His eyes were roomy with tears. Where did they say he was from again? I believe Gilverdale in eastern Mosvalenwood, said the queen, shaken. My husband, what are you going to do? Drozel was out of the room in a single spring, bounding up the stairs to his tower. If Queen Hassama knew what her husband was going to do, she did not try to stop him. He'd been erratic of late, prone to fits and even occasional seizures, but she never expected the depths of his madness and his loathing for the bard and the tale of the wickedness and perversity found in mortal man. 19th Sun's Dawn, 2920, Gilverdale, Valenwood. Listen to me again, said the old carpenter. If cell 3 holds worthless brass, then cell 2 holds the gold key. If cell 1 holds the gold key, then cell 3 holds worthless brass. If cell 2 holds worthless brass, then cell 1 holds a gold key. I believe this is a puzzle from either Arena or Daggerfall, I'm not sure which one. I understand, said the lady. You told me, and so cell 1 holds the gold key, right? No, said the carpenter. Let me start from the top. Mama, said the little boy, pulling at his mother's sleeve. Just one moment, dear. Mother's talking, she said, concentrating on the riddle. You said cell 3 holds the golden key if cell 2 holds worthless brass, right? No, said the carpenter patiently. Cell 3 holds worthless brass if cell 2... Mama, cried the boy. His mother finally looked. A bright red mist was pouring over the town in a wave, engulfing building after building in its wake. Striding before was a red-skinned giant, the Daedra Molag Bal. He was smiling. 29 Sun's Dawn, 2920, Gilvervale, Valenwood. Amalexia stopped her steed in the vast moor of mud to let him drink from the river. He refused to, even seemed repelled by the water. It struck her as odd. They had been making excellent time for Mournhold, and surely he must be thirsty. She dismounted and joined her retinue. Where are we now? She asked. One of her ladies pulled out a map. I thought we were approaching a town called Gilverdale. Amalexia closed her eyes and opened them again quickly. The vision was too much for her. The vision was too much to bear. As her followers watched, she picked up a piece of brick and a fragment of bone and clutched them to her heart. We must continue on to Arteum, she said quietly. Okay. I know I've read it. Let me click on it again, see if it clears. Strange. Okay, my book mods are disobeying me, and that's fine. I love books too much. I can't stay mad at them. Alright, I'm going to try to see if I can pick it up in Glenumbra. And if not, we'll just wait for it to, I don't know, appear on its own, or I look up a guide, or, you know.
My daughter is stationed there. I hope she's all right.
honestly, why fight a foe up close when you can roast them from afar? Some people call it cowardice. Me? I call it good sense.
Do you have a book on how to summon spirits?
I do hope you're not dabbling in necromancy. That magic always causes more harm than good. But yes, we probably have what you seek. Check upstairs. That's where we keep books on the arcane arts.
The Reality of Spirits by Flurry, a scholar of intriguing mysteries of unusual origins. Our world is strange, but it's also fascinating. Some people conjure fire from their fingertips, others lift large objects using just the power of their minds. Is it so far-fetched to think that people infused with magic in life could not find a way to step through the barriers of death? That they could sustain their essences and remain capable of communicating with those of us still possessed of life's sweet kiss? Yet my studies indicate that as life fades from our bodies upon death, so too should the magic depart with our last breath. But we know spirits exist. I've personally encountered more than one haunting stare through the course of my research. I've seen desperate, ghostly eyes full of fear and longing for help. It's almost as if some memory of life still lingered in the spirit form. What if we could communicate with those spirits? What if we could call them to us to ask them why we still haunt a house or a gravesite or a battlefield? I believe I might have found a way to speak to those who have passed on. Perhaps we can finally learn if the dead are truly dead. I intend to learn these secrets. I intend to speak to a spirit and discover what the spirit truly is. Watch for my next book on the subject. Life After Death. Life After Death, Incredible Secrets Revealed.
A collection of foolish thoughts, that. All to sell more books. Don't expect to find much truth in a tome such as that. Summoning spirits can be dangerous work. I heard about you. About how you entered the ruins of Baelborne Tower. You must not undo the sacrifices that have already been made. My master sent me to give you advice and guide you to the right decision.
And how do you intend to do that?
By helping you accomplish what the Baelborne has requested. My master sent me to help you summon the spirit. You need to see why the Baelborne curse must not be broken.
Why shouldn't the curse be broken?
Words are so much less effective than seeing the reality of a thing. Now think carefully before you answer my next question. I need to determine if you can truly summon the spirit of the dead. What is the spirit's name?
What kind of question is that?
The kind that is crucial to the summoning. If you are to call her spirit to this realm, you must focus on who she truly was. Remember the visions you saw. She showed them to you for a reason. Now, what is the spirit's name?
I don't remember. Okay, I had to look it up. Her name is Claudie.
Summoning spirits can be dangerous work. By helping you accomplish what the words are so much less. Claudie Themond was a quiet woman. She never wanted power or riches. All she wanted was love. A family. A home to call her own. What token did the one she loved give to her? What was the gift that would prove to be her undoing?
I think it was a necklace.
Something so ordinary as a piece of jewelry, once promised an eternity of love. And yet it led to Claudie's untimely death. My final question. What drove Claudie to act as she did?
Revenge.
Yes, revenge. She hated the Baelbornes. Wanted to destroy them more than anything. Except saving her child. The deal she made, you'll see. I'll take those items. Go on to the gravesite by the Daggerfall Cathedral. We will send Claudie there.
Okay, we didn't get to find out who their master was. Okay, that's Baelborne. That isn't Mage's Guild. Alright. That's okay.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
Okay, so I can pick up the Fighters Guild again.
Comrade, a message for you. The guild has need of your unique talents.
What is it?
Merrick Atazwala sends word. He asks you to join him as soon as you can. An investigation has begun in the matter of Guildmaster Iceblade's death.
Thank you. Where can I find him?
He's called a gathering of the Council of Province Generals in Sentinel. You should find him at the hall there.
You sound nervous. Did he say anything else?
No. Just lots of rumors about the council investigation. The old guard thinks Seize All Colors would have had a lot to gain from Yofnir's death. And from what I've heard, she's not at the meeting.
Okay. Alright, well, I managed to mod without... Oh, here's the Legacy of Baelborne Rock. Let me continue with that. It's right here in town. Happy that my mods aren't perfect, but it's much better than it was at 2 a.m.
What is this place? What happened to the tower? What have you done? The Baelborns hired you, didn't they? But you don't understand. You don't know what I gave up to stop them. I lost everything. I lost my baby.
Tell me what happened.
I fell in love with a coward. A Baelborn who couldn't disappoint his mother, even if it meant his beloved had to die. My love turned to hatred in that tower. Before the end, I begged and prayed for someone to help my unborn child.
And someone answered your prayers?
You have to understand. Akatosh, Daedra, it didn't matter who heard me. I just wanted my baby to live.
Then what happened?
I made a bargain. Got my revenge. Saved my baby. The Baelborns deserved to lose what they loved the most. Their wealth. Their lands. I felt my child leave me. I could smell the smoke from the tower. I heard the screams. The deal had been struck.
The Baelborns are different now.
The Baelborns don't change. That family carries evil in its heart. Let them all rot. The ward and the waterfall will always keep the Baelborns away. The Master made it with his own blood.
What happens if I remove the ward?
No! You can't! The Master won't let you. My baby. What would become of him? The Master would kill him. I don't believe you would do such a thing. You know the Baelborns are evil. You know that my curse must stand.
Well, there's a problem. Alright.
Don't cause
any
trouble.
I don't like deals with Daedra. And the word curse just isn't good. I am going to lift the curse. Not especially because I think the Baelborns deserve it, but people wandering by getting killed by the monsters that infest that place because it's cursed. And obviously the young man who spoke to us, it's been years, it's been like 10 years since I did this quest, or even more so. I don't actually remember the outcome. And I probably wasn't paying as good attention as I did at the time. I'm doing this because, of course, I didn't read all the books. What is trying... Okay. Red Brick Road. The Alliterative Gang. Assassin of Alliterative Association. So sometimes it's not about who deserves or the original intent. It's about what she considers to be potential harm.
Someone help! What's happening? Help!
Ugh.
I am with you, Tom.
Advance!
So I believe these are Molag Bal's followers hunting me during the fighter's quest line.
By the fires of Cold Harbor, you'll burn for this!
Which can of course be funny because if you let this quest hang forever, these guys will just attack you, you know, for the rest of your lives randomly when you come here.
Spare me!
And then, like, you know, I'd quit the game and I'd come back and be like, look at these guys. What's that about? Harvested soul fragment. Ah, okay. Looks like an achievement. Consume 10 harvested soul fragments to complete the skill stylist soul trap achievement and the soul trap carmine red skill style. Okay. So again, if you look at this site, it's cursed, worn down, covered by imps.
Imagine the fine
So
attire
whoever
you might make with
made
that.
the pact is not a good person. And think of all of the imps that have killed people here for 20 years. Not that the person that asked for the quest to be done is, like, truly deserving, although he seems to hate his dad too and might have paid a price, but... Okay, I'm going to break the curse, because, in theory, the young Baelborne gentleman can refurbish the tower, but a young man who is traded to a Daedra is not, it's not great. Okay. So I am not a fan of revenge or spite. I am sorry for all that happened.
Nice, Chicos. Let us fight.
But everybody who was involved is essentially dead now. Of course I know
A useful
this
find.
place is not going to be fixed or healed. But Daedric Warding Stone. No? What am I doing here? Break the curse. I can either go to the waterfall near the tower and break the curse or tell... Okay. I'm trying. I'm trying. That's weird. Okay, gauge according still. It's probably supposed to talk to me. I'm sorry. Seems a little buggy.
No! What have you done? The deal has been broken! My child! What will become of my child?
Oh, they were the Dremora. Okay. I don't know. They might have had some sort of scripting there. I don't really know. Are there fewer imps here? I can't tell if I just slaughtered them all or not.
What do you want?
Do you remember anything? Where you came from? Who you are?
My head is pounding. I think my name is Stefan.
I walked in here and this young man nearly fell on my head. And you? Were you successful?
Curse is broken.
Figured as much. It felt like the air shifted for a moment. When we tried to walk through the ruins, nothing stopped us this time. But as soon as we walked in here, this man fell out of the sky. We thought it was an ambush.
That looks like the man I met in Daggerfall.
Really? He whispered a name or something. Siniak or Saniak. Something like that. He looked confused. And then he said, Themond. Do you have any idea what all that means?
Contract was broken. This has to be Claudi's son.
He's the son of the ghost that tried to kill me? Well, that's just great. I think he's hurt. But if he wants to pick up where his ghostly mother left off...
So what are you gonna do?
If I took after my father, I'd put an end to the young man. It would be the prudent thing to do. But I never liked my father. There's been enough hatred between our families. It's time things change.
Good for you. You mentioned payment for services rendered?
Of course, of course. You've certainly been more useful than these hired hands. The Baelbornes are once again on their way to the top, and I have you to thank for that. I'll always remember the small part you played to make this happen.
The small part I played. Okay. Alright. Oh, it looks as though... Alright, put the spirits to rest at Baelborne Rock. It does look... Oh no, there are the imps. Alright, well, let's just stay up here. Oh, there they are. You know what? We're gonna go over to the Lady Stone and still say we had a good day. Or whatever stone that is. Whatever. You're dead now. Alright, let's see the vista from over here. I've forgotten how to put my weapon away to not look so scary. Nice vista of the city from here. Nice day. Zareth's with me. And although the Fighters Guild has issues, I think we made the world a little bit better today.